Hey you guys, I'm out here walking with my German Shepherd, and he is on his regular flat collar right now. He's not wearing a head halter right now. This is kind of a transition time, just because in this kind of an area where there's all kinds of people and there might be little dogs or whatever other thing, he has traditionally been on a head halter because he's so big and strong. And I just wanted to share the couple little pieces of advice about head halter training that I think are helpful. One is that when you're first starting on a head halter, I want you to know that you are eventually going to transition off of it. But if you are starting and your dog is fussing about it, and sometimes you take him for a walk with the head halter on, and then if he fusses about it, you don't use the head halter, then he might learn, oh, I'm going to fuss more because when I fuss, they give me the kind of walk where I have a lot less control. And so really the time when you can start using the head halter on and off is when the head halter is no big deal. Motion doesn't really even notice the head halter anymore. It's nothing to him. He's being a little bit naughty right now because he's sniffing. We haven't been to this place for, I don't know, at least a year, if not longer. So he's sniffing around. I should have given him that sniff. He kind of stole that sniff. Motion, are you going to walk with me? Yeah, that's nice. I like that. But so you want to carry your head halter in your pocket and not have, and when you first start out, you're always going to use the head halter when you go for a walk, and that way it won't be a big deal. It's just the way, it's just the way the head halters, the way that a walk goes, you always have a head halter. And then when you get to the point where you have it on and off, like I'm doing right now, I'm carrying the head halter in my pocket so that if I have an issue, if I see something coming ahead that's, too much distraction for him and he might pull, then I'll put the head halter on. Or if he does pull and he's being uncooperative, that would be more what I would do in the past. I don't have to do that so often right now. Now I'm just, when he starts to pull and sniff, Motion, are you being a good boy? Oh, he's noticing something coming up the trail probably. Am I right? So he's noticing that. So what I do now is if he starts to pull, I just stop. But if he were to continue to pull, it'd be a pain in the neck. I just let him know that means you're going to wear the head halter. And so the head halter is in my pocket, handily available. So that's the key. And the key is that you do not want to take off the head halter when the dog is fussing, never ever, because if you do that, then the dog learns I can have more freedom if I fuss. And what we want him to learn is that when you walk nicely, that's when you get more freedom. That's when we don't need that halter anymore because you're just walking so nice like he's doing right now. And you carry the head halter in your pocket. But in the beginning, you're going to have it on him, on your doggy all the time. Whoopsie, Motion. Good boy. The other thing is that you want to always have the leash nice and loose. Now, you want to have the leash look like that kind of thing. You don't want to have the leash pulled tight because it's much harder for a dog to tell the difference between a tight leash and a tighter leash. It's easier for them to tell the difference between a leash that's completely loose and one that's a little bit tight. So if he's used to the leash always being loose, then when it's a little bit tight, he's going to respond to that. If he's used to it always being a little bit tight, and you try making it tighter, your dog is not going to respond to that. So anyway, just wanted to share that little bit about head halter training. I believe head halter training, especially for big, strong dogs, not so much for little dogs, unless you have a little reactive dog. I think head halter training is the most humane, safest way to handle a big, strong, potentially dangerous dog, which any big, strong dog is potentially dangerous. Because you just have so much more control and better clarity for your dog. And it's completely humane because it never, ever pulls on the dog's neck. Now, right now, Motion's on a flat collar, which if I pull, I have it on, it's a limited slip, so it wouldn't slip over his head, but I have it clipped right now in a way that it wouldn't pull tighter. But no matter how loose it is, if he pulls, it's going to be pulling on his neck, right? But on the head halter, they never ever pull on the neck. There's no pulling on the neck whatsoever, ever. Okay, well here we are out at Mackworth Island, where it's beautiful, having a lovely walk. And what's really nice to do when you start out with your dog is to go to places where dogs are all on leash. You don't have to worry about it. Your dog's on leash, their dogs are on leash. That's what the rules are here. That's why I love it here. Have a nice day.